For all of you guys who have been hoping to go to the United States anytime soon, I'm sure that you are not very thrilled to see the screen because you probably open it every single day and you're not able to get slots. I know people who have been waiting for almost 2 weeks or even 2 months actually. I know some people who have been waiting for 2 months who have not been able to get a slot. And it's very difficult because the slots are not available at any particular time of the day and it's very hard to get them. Let me actually show you what I'm talking about. Take a look at this. When you press continue over here, and this is true for all the visa types. For instance, right now we're showing you someone who is going for an F1 visa, but we have done a lot of other visa types as well. We've booked slots for F1, H4, H1B in the past a couple of days, F4 as well, F2 as well. Now, this is basically what is going on. You either don't see the appointments at all, or if you select a different VAC, hey, you may find a couple of appointments. Let me actually select Hyderabad over there. I believe there we have a couple of VACs, right? Okay, great. You're getting one for 20th of December. Let's move forward. Let's select that and let's try to move forward and let's see what happens next, right? And we'll go forward over here. Now you have to book a consular appointment. Unfortunately, there are no consular appointments available anyway. You can select any consulate really. You can select Hyderabad also, and you will find that there are no slots available. Because when these slots do get available, they go away within seconds. And if you actually go ahead and do this process a couple of times, you basically change the consulate and maybe you refresh the page 12 times, you are not eligible to use this portal till 10:30 a.m. in the morning next. So how do we actually go ahead and perform this? Because it's really difficult to actually find a slot. When you have to book two slots, they have to be within 15 days of each other, and then the slots are not being released. They're certainly not being released in bulk, and there are really no tricks that work anymore in terms of getting these slots. So it's definitely getting very, very hard, and the consequences of that is that you may not be able to go in time. You may not be able to start your program in time. For all of you H1Bs, you may not be able to reach your company in time. So all of these things are probably weighing down on you right now, and it's definitely not a great situation to be in. So let me actually explain this scenario even further. There are no slots available. Secondly, if you access this portal, refresh more than 12 times, you are not eligible to use this portal till 10:30 a.m. in the next day. And if you still continue to use it, if you don't listen to their warnings, they'll give you a warning, hey, you've reached the max attempts. Well, in that case, they will block you for 72 hours. You can't even try to open up the portal for the next 72 hours. Doesn't sound very good, right? It isn't. So let me answer a simple question for you that I get a lot. What time do these slots open? The answer is there is no specific time, and really they can open at any point of time, and it doesn't have to be every single day. Sometimes it'll open once in 3 days. Sometimes it can be once in 5 days, right? And when it does open, it'll go away in seconds. You won't even notice when the slots came in and they go away. If you go ahead and you try to book it a little bit late, it'll show you an error. An error occurred. It won't tell you that this error really means that the slot is already booked. You can't book it anymore because it's already gone. And it'll continue to show you that slot until you go ahead and refresh the page 12 times, and then again, you get blocked. So it's not a very useful system. We went through the same thing in fall 2021 when we booked over 250 slots for the students who were working with us, and again we rescheduled better slots, so we kept on going from one slot to the other, which was even better, and that's how it worked. And in the process of that, because we were dealing with so many clients, what we did was we generated an automated algorithm to be able to do something like that. So anyway, what is the solution over here for you? Let me actually talk about that. There are a couple of things you can do. Number one, look for slots 24/7. You have to continue to monitor 24/7, and that is actually impossible because even if you refresh 12 times, well, you're not able to see the slots after that point. So that's certainly not a good way to go about the process over here. It's something you can do, but if you want to do this, you have to have multiple accounts, and that's something that we leverage in our automated algorithms. We actually monitor for slots 24/7 at specific intervals. With every couple of minutes, we will basically hit a query and we'll try to see if any slots are available, and that's something that we can only do simply because we have multiple accounts that we're managing. But again, it gets very difficult if you're not taking care, and it can basically get the accounts blocked, and that's something that we have to take care of. Again, this is something you can do if you have a huge group of friends that you are working with. Maybe you guys can actually monitor for slots 24/7 by setting up the times. The second thing you can do is to apply for an emergency appointment. Now, let me actually tell you what emergency appointment means. Okay, first off, there's a caveat to actually being able to book an emergency appointment. The caveat is you must have one single appointment. So you must have at least one appointment booked on your account to be able to even access the emergency appointment feature, which does not really sound that great. It doesn't make sense, but a lot of times you will find that there are appointments available for 2022 maybe October, November 2022, something like that, you can go ahead and book that. And then using that appointment, you can go ahead and apply for emergency appointment. Okay, if you're a student, you are eligible for an emergency appointment. If you have a medical reason, genuinely you need to be in the United States before a particular date because of medical reason, you can book an emergency appointment. There are a couple more, and I've actually gone over those in previous videos. You can go over those in the USCIS website as well. But again, the only thing is that you may only be eligible for an emergency appointment under certain circumstances. And the biggest one for you guys, of course, is going to be if you're going for a student visa, well, you should have an emergency appointment option just because your program start date is approaching, because your program is going to start, and because of that, you can apply for it. That is good news, right? It sounds like good news. But again, you need to have a prior appointment. And secondly, even when you do have an appointment, it's not that easy to get one booked. Let me actually tell you why. Right, so here we are on another account over here that we are managing. Over here, you can see that we already have one appointment booked, and now we are going to be going for the emergency request. Right over here, you will see that this option is enabled on this account. We can go ahead and we can schedule the emergency request. We can basically put in a request first off, and then it will show you, okay, these are the cases where you can basically go ahead and book your emergency appointment, right? And when you actually go ahead, it has the option, okay, what is the first emergency appointment date available? If you get approved, which date would you be able to go for? The answer is 22nd of November. I'm making this video on 21st of November, so the date for tomorrow itself is available. And given my experience, I can tell you, if you do get this approved, you will have any date of your choice available. Almost every date opens up in front of you, and you can basically book the emergency appointment for any date that you want. That's generally how it goes with emergency appointments. Okay, I know it sounds good, but it's not that easy. Now you have to click here to basically make the request. I'll just click here right now. And now what we have to do is we have to enter the tentative travel date, reason for emergency. These are the ones that you can go forward with, right? Urgent business travel, student or exchange visitors, ESTA denied, funeral debt, medical needs. Again, I'm not really going too much into depth of this, what this ESTA is, what all of these mean, but really, I think they're pretty obvious for the most part, apart from the ESTA, which you guys are not eligible for, by the way, if you're from India. Anyway, so you have to basically then explain your situation. You have to write down why you want to go for the emergency appointment. Sounds simple, right? Then you have to attach a couple of attachments. Again, exactly how you have to fill the form, what do you have to attach. If you want, I can make another video on it. I'll need that in the comments down below. Let me know and I'll be very happy to do that for you. It's a little bit detailed process. I don't want to go over it right now. Anyway, so if you fill the form over here and you submit everything, well, you will basically get the decision within 1 to 2 business days. And the US Travel Docs team books all days of the week except for Saturday. Except for Saturday, they will be active all days. So Sundays through Fridays they work. Now, what happens right here is most times what you'll see is it'll end up in a rejection. And sometimes, and I'm not saying it's a very good percentage, but about 15 to 20% of the times, we've done it for a lot of clients, so we know the statistic, 15 to 20% of the times what happens is that it can get approved. If it gets approved, you just basically hit the jackpot right there, my friend. You can go ahead and book any appointment of your choice. Any day, anytime, you got it. Okay, but it's not that simple. Like I said, 80%, they get rejected. Almost more than 80% they get rejected. So it's an important thing to remember over here. What is the other solution then, right? You cannot monitor if you don't have a large group of friends. You cannot go ahead and do this unless you have an appointment already. And secondly, even if you have an appointment and they can very well reject it, because a lot of times what Don Hefman has told us when he came from the US Travel Docs team, he mentioned that hey, look, we don't want you to go for the emergency appointment system. We'll release appointments. That's what happened in fall 21. Right now, they're not releasing the appointments apparently. So why do you need to really hurry up and basically use every single day that you have? Reason is because a lot of students end up having to defer their programs simply because they could not get the visa in time. Also understand this, just in case, God forbid, your visa gets rejected, it's very difficult for you to get another appointment, because again, that's a very difficult process. There are very limited slots, as you already know, and of course you won't have the time to do that. So either you talk to your DSO, you try to get your program start date pushed a little, maybe 1 or 2 weeks later, but only they will see if that request can be accommodated. And even when it does get accepted, it's very well possible that you may not get a slot by that time. So it's very important for you to get a slot, wake up, try to go forward and try to do whatever you can to get it. Now, if you would like to work with us, we can also help you in this scenario. We use actually a combination of both automated algorithms and people manually who are working, who are alerted whenever the slots are available. Now we do this, but at the same point of time, it does take about 1 to 2 weeks to get the appointment. So that's one thing I wanted to make sure you understand. We've gotten a couple in December, we've gotten a couple in early January, and yeah, Other than that, there are a few clients that have come in the last week and we haven't gotten any appointment for them as well. So it's still going, it's an ongoing process, but yes, it works. It worked in fall 21, it worked before that, and it'll work right now. We're sure about that. So just in case you are interested in doing that, you can go on to ymgrad.com/service. This is the URL. I'll leave it in the description, and then just click on the visa application help. And right here, you'll be able to see how we work through the things. This is everything that is included, basically everything from your appointment booking to your mock interview help to your DS-160 fill up, making sure that you're ready for your actual interview, the questions, everything, all of these things are covered for you, right? So everything is covered over here and you don't need to worry about it. Just in case you want to work with us, that's one option. But otherwise, this video should be a wake-up call. Go ahead and try to do whatever possible. Don't take this scenario lightly, guys. Trust me, it's not something to take lightly. It has to be done with the utmost priority, and as many people can do it together, I would advise do it, because without manpower, this is a very difficult task. Only luck can help you in such cases if you don't have manpower. All right, I hope this video helps. I hope I could explain the whole process a little bit better. About the emergency appointments, comment down below if you would like me to make an overall video. I know it's a still low acceptance rate, 15-20%, but I think that even if it helps about 10, 20, 30 people out there, it's very well worth it, right? So yeah, let me know if you are interested in that, and I'll be happy to do that. For now, I'm gonna bid goodbye. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and download the YMGrad app for constant updates regarding these scenarios. We are also thinking of implementing some push notifications just when we book some slots or they're available in bulk. Hopefully that may help you. Again, that's something that we're working on. It's not been implemented, but you can go ahead and download the YMGrad app on both App Store and the Google Play Store if you're interested. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.